Alright, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Aurzyn, and today we are going to be going over the best defensive badges, settings, whatever, and overall how to improve on defense. So make sure you guys stay tuned. But as you guys can see, I did hit level 40, and 2K, for some reason, they decided to take away everyone's stars. Some of you guys may know, if you've been living under a rock, you may not. But there was a glitch on PlayStation for people like getting stars and taking away stars. So I don't know what 2K is doing right now. They might be taking away stars. They might be giving them back later. I don't know what they're doing. Hopefully they give them back so we can get a legend this next season. The season is only like 4 days away.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
So hopefully 2K does decide to give us our stars back. But anyway, you guys see I have the great rep reward that is the Christmas pajamas on. That was sarcasm for anyone who couldn't tell. I am going to be showing you guys the best settings and badges, and then at the end of the video I am going to be showing you guys how to actually like improve on defense. I'm just gonna play some gameplay and actually like explain what you guys need to do on defense in order to get better. But I ranted on for a little bit. I don't want to waste too much more time. So make sure you guys hit that sub button if you are new around here. Drop a like if this video did help you out. And let's get straight into the video. Alright guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do, very important, you have to go to the main menu for this. You want to go to features, right? You want to go to features, controller settings, and what you're going to want to do is, one, you are going to want to turn your double team reaction to manual. Now, what this is going to allow you to do when you are on defense is this is mainly for threes. It's going to allow you to trap the point guard. So if someone's dribbling, you go over and double team. What you have to do to get this double team reaction to kind of activate is you hold LB and make sure you and your guard or whoever's playing defense with you is on manual. And if you both hold LP, it's going to give you guys a trap, and it's going to trap their point guard, make them pick up the ball and get an easy turnover off that. If you guys are ever wondering, how does someone do that to me, that's how they would do it. Now the next thing right here is going to be pro stick defense. We want to make sure this is on absolute. I believe this is just for like holding your right stick up. I'm not really sure what this is for, but just make sure it's on absolute. You really want all of your settings, like if there's ever an absolute or camera relative setting, you want it on absolute, just because that way it's the same control no matter what direction you're facing. I think camera relative is stupid. It should never be in a game, but absolute is the one to go with. Next up is who to guard. You guys can have this on or off. Honestly, it just doesn't really affect anything. It's your arrow to point who you have to guard. If you know who to guard, or if you have to switch a lot, maybe you turn it off, but otherwise just leave it on. It's no big deal. You can just leave it on. Now, defensive assist with intense D. Now this is basically just like the game assisting you when you are like trying to move. So having this on the right setting is very important. Now you don't want to turn this too high, and you don't want it to be too low, otherwise it's gonna be like just bad on both sides. So what you want to do is, I think anywhere from 25 to 30 is a great setting for this, and you're going to want to keep it around there. That's going to allow you to, keep up with your man, stay in front of him, and it's just going to allow for a good amount of assistance without like overdoing it, because obviously you still want to be able to control your player, but having this on 25 is really going to allow you to not like slide a lot, because I know some people be sliding. It's not the greatest. Some people be complaining about it. This and 21 current gen are two of the most slidey like 2Ks ever, so make sure you guys turn this setting on. It's going to help a lot. Box out assist strength, you guys can just keep this as that. And if you guys want, this doesn't really apply to defense. If you guys want, you can put pass target openness on all the way up. Just literally put this to 100. I leave mine default usually, because if I'm playing threes, I icon pass anyway. But if you guys don't do that, the easiest setting for any new player is literally just put this all the way up on openness, and it's going to help you out passing with A. It's just going to pass to basically the most open person on the court, no matter what distance or direction they are. But yeah, that's about it for the settings, and now let's get into the badges, and I'll tell you guys a few tips and tricks at the end. Okay guys, so we are now back on my playmaking glass cleaner, and with this I'm going to be showing you guys the best badges, like the best defensive badges for like each level. So if you're a guard, if you only have 10 defensive badges, if you have 20, and even if you have more than 21, more than 21 badges, it's a lot. But anyway, hopping in right here, this is for if you are a guard with 10 or less playmaking badges. Now the main badge you're going to want to look for is going to be gold clamps, And when you have a very low amount of defensive badges, you're going to want to utilize a lot of bronze badges, because what you get from going from nothing to bronze is better than what you get for going with bronze to silver of a badge and not having another badge you need. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, bronze interceptor, bronze intimidator, bronze pick dodger, bronze chase down artist. That's what is that? 8 badges right there. So if you have more than that, I would say maybe up pick dodger, up intimidator. There's not really too many other badges I would recommend for a guard with under like 10 defensive badges, because that usually means you're an offensive oriented guard build. So I would maybe up pick dodger or up intimidator if you have more badges. But otherwise, this is kind of a solid start for any guard that, you know, is looking for some badges. These are the ones. And if you have more, I think this is 7 actually, I think I said 8 earlier, but if you have more, then go ahead and put them on. Now moving up to any lockdown guard, this is what you're going to want to run. You are going to want to up your intimidator. I would recommend putting on menace. Now menace is going to be a great badge, because if you guys don't know, if you stay in front of someone when you have menace on, it drops their badges. Like it drops their badges, it drops their stats. It is a super overpowered badge if you can stay in front of your guy. Now I would up clamps, put this badge on. You can up pick dodger, and you can even put interceptor silver, assuming you have around 20 badges. This is something I would go with. These are really the most important badges for guards. It's going to be clamps, pick dodger, menace, intimidator. There's nothing really else too important. Like I would say there's not anything else like too like really important. You might up chase down if you have more. You can put on rim protector, rebound chaser. And if you are playing 2s, I would recommend dropping pick dodger, maybe dropping menace a tier down, and putting on rim protector and chase down at least gold, maybe Hall of Fame for both if you are a lockdown on the 2s. Now a lot of people ask for my badges on my facilitating finisher, and that is a build that I believe only has 9 or 10 defensive badges as a center. So what we have to do is one of the most important badges as a center is going to be rebound chaser. We're going to put that on gold. That is one of our most important badges. We need the highest level of rebound chaser. Otherwise, the board count is not going our way. It's not going our way. Anyway, after that, we use a lot of bronze badges, like I was saying before. Box, chase down, intimidator, interceptor. You don't need pick dodger because you're a center. Even bronze clamps, bronze rim protector, and I think that's 9 badges right there. If you have more than that, I would recommend maybe upping. I would recommend maybe either put on like brick wall if you need that. I don't run that, but chase down or rim protector, upping that 1 tier. Those are the badges I think I would go for. Maybe intimidator as well, but if you only have around 10 defensive badges, this is going to be something you're going to want to run. These are the kind of basic defensive layout I would run for any center build. Now moving on to the last and final, tier or badge setup. This is for my play glass or any center with Hall of Fame defense and 20 plus badges. We got a bunch of badges out here, and the first thing I would do, immediately up all of these badges to Hall of Fame. After that, I would bump interceptor up, intimidator up, clamps up, and also put on menace at least silver. Now you don't need menace as a center. It's just a badge I like to have on and I run, especially because I play a lot of 2s. But if you guys don't want to run that, that's fine. I would remove this and maybe put it more towards interceptor and intimidator. Otherwise, there's not too many more badges you need as a center. These are kind of the basic, and once you have the basic badges, you just upgrade them more and more with the more badges you have. Now, I'll give you guys all the badges, and I'm just going to go over a quick few tips in order to get better at defense. Now, these defensive tips mainly apply to 2s, but they can also apply to 3s. Now, the number 1 mistake that I see people make when they are playing 2K is they guard me, especially like maybe me because I can shoot, but they guard low 3-pointers super high. That's the first mistake. You want to make them dribble a little bit and then you want to let them shoot. Most people are not going to be able to hit really consistently with a low 3-pointer. So if you know someone has a low 3-pointer build, back off of them. Let them shoot. Give them a shot or 2 to let them shoot and then guard them. Because otherwise, you're guaranteeing they can shoot already, and that just lets them drive. You see, I have an 85 driving dunk. Like if I drive on a build that doesn't have defense, like they're just not stopping me unless they just sit paint. So that is one of the number 1 key mistakes. Now moving on, when you're facing screens, you can see on these clips, I'm on offense here. but I don't have any defensive clips for this video, unfortunately, but I just have offensive clips. They work the same way. You guys can see in a lot of these clips, the center is helping up and the center isn't helping up. If the center does not help you on screens or play sides, so basically sides is when you have one defender on each side of the screen, and whichever side the person with the ball goes to, that person picks up and the other person guards the screener. That can work if you have two similar size builds, but otherwise, if you have a center and a guard, that center needs to be hedging and getting back once the person rolls or pops. Otherwise, it's going to be impossible to guard screens. That's why I think a lot of people complain about screens. They don't know how to properly guard them. So that would be one of the key things I would say for defense, and that both applies to 2s and 3s. And those are the two main things I would say when applying to defense. Those are the two main things I see where people are going wrong. Otherwise, everything else will kind of fix everything. If you're sliding, the settings will help with that. If you are missing a block or you're not getting a steal, the badges will help with that. Otherwise, it's all about reaction time and getting to where your opponent is going. That is how you just play good defense in this game. And a lot of it is help defense. Like, if your center has to help. But yeah, those are the key tips I would say for defense. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope I helped you guys out by making this video. And I'm out, man. Peace.